In this video, we'll talk about a new crypto project and a new crypto coin coming out in 2023, which I believe can be in the top 50. It's an amazing project. It's called Zklend. Most of you will probably already know about it, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. And if you don't know it, we'll talk about that in this video. We'll talk about their token, the Zend token, Z-E-N-D, and basically everything you need to know about the project and the token sale. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, welcome back and welcome to the video. I'm going to try to make this video short and sweet, so you know everything you need to know, but that it doesn't waste too much time. Alright, so what I usually do in these videos is first we'll take a little bit of a look at the token sale, because for Zklend they have announced their token, but we don't know when the token sale is. It's probably in the second half of 2023, so it still takes some time, but we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at some of their investors and the tokenomics. Then I'll tell you about Zklend, which is the main project, and they have two different products, which we'll talk about not too long, but that you just have an idea what it is. And then I will tell you whether I think it's a good investment or not. That's obviously my opinion, and that's what I think. But I would definitely recommend you to research this project as well, because I am quite sure that it will be a top 100, top 50 coin. In the future, 2023, 2024, maybe even already when it launches, because as I said, we don't know the token sale yet. I will definitely keep you up to date on that, so if you want that, make sure to subscribe. But the reason why I think it will already open very high in market cap is because they have a very big funding round. We are not sure if there's still a seed and a strategic 2 round coming. We just don't know, but they have had their first seed round, and there you can see some huge venture capitals like Delphi, Digital, Sky Vision, Amber Group, Alameda Research, and 3 Arrows Capital as well. So these assets are probably not going to be sold soon, because they'll probably be locked up in bankruptcy proceedings. I thought it was just funny, but yeah, obviously it's not funny that they're gone, but it is a very well-funded project, which is good to know, because, well, usually we're very well-funded projects, like we see with Aptos, they start with a relatively high market cap. That's good to know also if we want to assess whether it's a good choice to invest in it or not. So that's a little bit about the token sale, so we cannot say a lot about it. Then about the project. The project is basically a money market protocol combining ZK rollup scalability, from there the name Zklend, and you can probably already guess what the rest of the project does. But it has ZK rollup scalability, so it's very scalable. It has superior transaction speed and superior cost saving, all using that zero knowledge rollup technology. And it's built on Starknet and built on top of Ethereum, right? So it uses Starknet, which is a layer 2 protocol. Quickly, if you want to know what Starknet is, it's a permissionless decentralized validity rollup. It operates as a layer 2 network over Ethereum. So Zklend uses Starknet, and that's layer 2, and its layer 1 is Ethereum. So you have the consensus mechanism and the security of Ethereum. That's basically the technicals behind it, and that's also its competitive advantage, because by using that zero knowledge rollup technology, it's just a better working protocol. It's quicker, it's cheaper, and because it's cheaper, that also allows a little bit more of margin for Zklend to make profits. And you want a profitable business, you want to invest in a token which has a profitable business behind it, because then you know that it's sustainable. All right, but it's a money market protocol, but it's a lending and borrowing protocol, all right? So you can lend and borrow money with Zklend. And then the interesting part is that they have 2 products, Artemis and Apollo. Artemis is just your I guess you could say standard DeFi lending and borrowing protocol. So basically what you and I would use, it's permissionless, decentralized, and scalable, again using that zero knowledge rollup technology. And then what a lot of people say is the big thing about Zklend is Apollo, which is for institutional clients, so that institutions can use DeFi for, in this case, lending and borrowing. And the thing about it, what a lot of people praise, I think it's great too, but I'm always of the school that I first need to see it in action. But this is permissioned, secure, and compliant forward. So it actually is compliant with all the regulations about lending and borrowing, and it is really trying to stay updated on that, which is a great thing, because in the end, if you want DeFi to become very big, obviously you need to make it better for us, for the normal DeFi users, but bringing institutions in is a big thing in adoption. All right, so that's basically what it is. Here are some of the institutions supporting it, but we talked about that earlier. Token distribution, you can see right here. I would say that it's fairly reasonable. Quite a lot goes to the private and public investors. Quite a lot goes to the team, but the ecosystem, 32% and 35% kind of make that up. So that's the token distribution for now. This, therefore, is not correct. And that's, I mean, you can check out their roadmap. The thing with the roadmap is that they are kind of late, because they said that Q4 2022, which has already happened, Artemis 1.0 would come out. Didn't happen. And Apollo MVP would come out late Q4 as well. Didn't happen. So they are late on their promises, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something to take into consideration, right, when they announce things, just to know. Team is fully documented. You can check them out, but I think this is everything you need to know about the project. So it's a great project, I think, because Starknet is getting bigger and bigger, and they are really trying to become the biggest lending borrowing protocol on Starknet. And if more decentralized applications will be on Starknet, that is a big competitive advantage again for the company and for the project. And now some use cases, if you want to know that, it's lending. So it's lending and borrowing basically for now. All right, so you can give your money to other people, gain some interest, and you can borrow money, pay some interest, and use that for other things. So some of the things of the use cases, which I quickly wanted to go over, then we'll talk about whether I think it's a good investment or not. It's passive income. If you lend it out, you can leverage by borrowing, you can short, efficient liquidity management, arbitrage, and collateral swapping. These two are mostly for the experienced DeFi users and for the institutions, I think. But still, those are just the average use cases you would expect from a lending and borrowing protocol, I think. So now, if I think it would be a good buy, well, I am going to be 100% honest with you. I don't think so. I don't think this is the project that's going to make you rich. It depends on the initial market cap, but I expect the initial market cap to be relatively high with this funding, and they have already raised 5 million. See, if it, for example, starts with a 50 million market cap, that would place it, I'm not sure where that would place it. We could quickly check that out. If you, a 50 million market cap would place it around, this is not right, where are we? Would place it in like the top 300, I think. Well, from there, the potential is just fairly limited. And I think a 50 million market cap to start with is already very low. I expect it to be more of an Aptos kind of project, maybe a little bit lower, but Aptos, for example, we can again check that out briefly. With Aptos, for example, I mean, obviously it dropped down a lot with FTX and Alameda Research, but it started already very high. It already started in top 50, and it's now at a 500 million market cap. If Zklend starts with a 250 million market cap, I would say there are way better ways to invest your money and gain some and get some returns. So if it starts with a low market cap, I think it's an amazing buy. If it does, and also if it has some sort of a pre-sale, it could be a great buy too. But for now, I would advise you to buy it a little bit later, maybe if it gets to better prices. So yeah, that's my full video and review of Zklend. If you do have any questions, as always, let me know. But for now, thanks for watching, take care, and bye.